makes me feel like I'm really lucky because I know that other people don't have the opportunity to do what I'm able to do, and I feel really grateful that my parents made the sacrifice to send me to Catholic school.
It means a lot to me because I love Catholic school. I've known nothing else except Catholic school, and I just can't stop thinking about how lucky I am.
Owen and Finn are the absolute best. What I have seen them evolve into are two very self-confident young men whose faith guides who they are, how they treat others, how they go about living life. The Bergsons are salt of the earth. They are the kind of people when you meet them, it's like you're meeting an old friend. It took some time to understand their full story and the sacrifices that Brian made for this country and the things that he lost professionally because, of the injuries that he suffered.
I served 20 years in the Army and then 3 in the Air Force. I was at the highest of highs in my career. I was basically chief of staff for the Attorney General in Minnesota. And I transitioned into a corporate lobbying job where I was working for some of the biggest companies in not only Minnesota, but the world. And because I felt the need to serve others, I put that on hold. Our country was at war. I just felt like it was my duty.
Brian had dedicated a big chunk of his life to this already, and I just remember thinking, this is something that's important to him. This is something I need to support.
What happened to me was terrible, traumatic, and deeply affected my physical and mental health. I felt like I was there, but I was put back different. And it was all because on the inside, I was just dealing with chronic pain. I was dealing with undiagnosed traumatic brain injury. I had to have some surgery related to my injuries, and I wasn't able to go back to work after that. That's kind of when everything kind of came crashing down. We went from double income, no kids, double income, 1 kid, single income, 2 kids.
I remember thinking, something's wrong here. Is this ever going to be the family I thought it was going to be?
Catholic schools are well known for believing that parents are the first and foremost teachers of their children. And Jenny and Brian take that responsibility very seriously. It is a sacred duty, what they're trying to do for their boys. We don't really care at St. Thomas More who makes money, who doesn't, who lives in a big house, who doesn't. What matters is, what do you want for your children? We can't be just bastions for the rich or bastions for this group or that group. We need to be welcoming to all.
I had to scramble. $500 here, $200 there, sell something. And I went to Pat and I said, Pat, we're not going to be able to come back next year. What do I do?
There is some rugged individualism to Brian. And I think prior to his injury, he was of a mindset that I need to be self-sufficient. And then after the injury, he realized that he does need the help of others.
And he said, here, go to Aim Higher, ask for help. And I would have rather cut my leg off. I mean, I really struggled.
I remember saying to Brian, we are here to help. There is no sense of shame. He made the ultimate sacrifice in being injured in service of this country. And I remember he's like, I don't want to ask for anybody's help. And I'm like, do you ever think that maybe the gift is your boys to these schools rather than you receiving the gift?
When we got to that roadblock, Aim Higher lifted the gate and allowed us to go through. It made the difference of whether or not we were here or not.
It made it possible for us to choose to even consider a Catholic school.
Because of the kindness of people that don't even know who we are, is very humbling.
Those difficult times make you stronger. And what I see is adversity has strengthened the Bergson family.
I feel that my kids are safe here and that they're loved here and that their education is forefront.
What I see in Owen and Finton is God has some tremendous plans for these two young men. And they are reaping the many benefits that a Catholic education and a community of faith provides.
I've been so lucky to have so much given to me, so I want to try and give back to the community, whether that's joining the Peace Corps, joining some other volunteer groups, or even the military.
I'm most thankful for my Catholic education, all the friends I have made from my schools, and how my parents have brought me through these schools, and how fun it's been to just attend STM.
They're learning to be the people here that we needed in our darkest days. We got so much support from strangers, and they're learning that here. They're learning to be the people we needed.
The stability that St. Thomas More and Aim Higher provided our family, I could live 100 lifetimes and not be able to thank them enough.
Without a group like Aim Higher, schools like ours would be struggling. Well, where are we going to come up with the extra funds that these families need? Aim Higher exists to be the hands and feet of Christ and making Catholic education more accessible to as many kids who want to attend a Catholic school.